Hey there, Leslie Sanson Williams here. How are you? Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, October 16th when I record this. And I wanted to do a video today about a couple action questions to ask yourself when you are looking at the paralegal career and you're finding yourself stuck. You're finding yourself afraid to go forward, and that includes whether you are not in a career yet or whether you are in your first, second, fifth job. It doesn't matter. We will all get stuck at some point or another, and it may be that we have a pattern in our lives that we grew up with, where we don't believe we can make this jump, we don't believe we can make this change in our lives, that we have taken courses in the past in different things and we haven't gone after them. Why? Speaking from experience, it was based on fear, or it was based on people around me not believing that I could do it. And so I grew up with the lack of support, but I also used that as a crutch to not proceed. And is that where you find yourself today? Or are there other things happening where you make an excuse as to why you can't get in this field? Is one of the excuses, well, they all want experience? Well, that's not the case. That's not the case. That's just because when we send out resumes and cover letters that are not tailored to the job, or don't show the attorney how we're a fit for the job, we're just throwing spitballs against the wall to see what sticks, and that never works. So it's not based all on the fact that you don't have experience. I've applied for jobs with no experience or very little experience when they required 1 year experience. So it isn't about that. It's about how you see yourself and how you depict yourself, how you show yourself, and what you can do to help that attorney. Are you doing that? My guess is that you're not. And in my course, Paralegal Inner Circle course, I teach how to do 2 knock 'em dead cover letters. But also, you've got to have stuff to back it up. And that means you have to know how to do some things for the law firm. And that comes with legal knowledge, not necessarily legal experience. So, what really is the problem? If you don't dissect this in your own life, you'll never stop this type of outcome. For me, it was never believing what the naysayers or dream killers around me were saying. That's number one. I had to get past that. I had to stop sharing my dreams with those people. And number 3, I had to get the legal knowledge that was needed in order to succeed in this field. And I had to believe that having that legal knowledge was going to end up with me in a job that I really wanted. And it may be that by the time I get the job I really wanted, maybe I was in my 3rd job. Maybe the first 2 were not jobs I really wanted in the legal field, but it got me there. Okay? So pinpoint the issue. What is the real issue here? If you cannot get down to brass tacks, meaning let's strip away all the other stuff until we can find out what is it that is stopping us. And I'm going to tell you, it has very little to do with going to paralegal school and then getting experience. It has very little to do with that. You don't need school to get this job. You don't need school to get in this career. Whoa. Is that mind-blowing? But that's the truth. I've been in this field for 28 and a half years. I haven't been in the same job for 28 and a half years, so don't get that in your mind that, oh my gosh, she broke in 28 and a half years ago. How does she know what it's like now? I know very well what it's like now because I didn't stay in the same job for 28 and a half years. Pinpoint the issue. Okay, here's some questions to ask yourself. What are you afraid of if you do move forward? And what are you afraid of if you learn how to do it the right way and move forward the right way instead of the way you've been trying to move forward? That you do this, the cover letter that gets noticed, that you get the legal knowledge that shows them what you can do. You have to get that first before you do a cover letter. You just don't do a cover letter and then throw it out there and with your resume. That does not work, as evidenced by the results, right? So do it, learn how to do it the right way. The Paralegal Inner Circle class launches January 5th. Registration January 5th through the 12th. Look at the previous email video to this one, to my website, and you'll see a link to the book Legal Break-In. Step one to getting in this career is get it behind the scenes look through Legal Break-In, the book on Amazon. Then take the course in January. Do the right steps. Okay? What's the next step? Speaking of steps, and when will you take it? Will you do the right thing? And will you understand that you don't need to go through school for 2 years and become ABA, become certified through NALA, that not everybody has to do this, that there is another way to enter this field without debt, without any debt whatsoever? So keep that in mind. Binge watch all of the videos on this channel. Take notes. Take notes while you're watching them. Categorize those notes, meaning what? If you're watching a video on interviews, call that the interview folder or the interview section for your notes. You're going to watch a video on the area of law you'd like to work in. Make an area of law section and write down some of those notes. Very, very important. Okay? Dissecting what the problem is very important for you. Is it fear that's holding you back? That if you don't make it, what are people going to say? You know what? This is exploration for you. And that's so important. Exploration in general is important to find out what your path and purpose is in this life. So don't hold back from exploring because that was looked upon as some sort of failure if you didn't finish. You know, you may get into the legal field, yes, horror of all horrors, and find out that you love it or you don't like it. So what? You'll find out if you love it, hurrah. If you don't, that's one off your list, and you found out what you shouldn't be doing. All right? So the action questions are what gets you moving. How are you going to blast through this barrier that's stopping you right now from moving forward? Okay, what is it that's stopping you right now? It can't be, you know what? It doesn't have to be money, because you don't need money to get in this field. You don't have to spend money on a 2-year school. That's just something you're making an assumption about. And I'm here to tell you that if you have foundation skills, and I mean, yeah, you know, you have to know how to type, because this is a career that is not standing around holding a law book and pontificating about the law. This is not being a lawyer. This is helping the lawyer. So you have to know how to type. You have to know how to organize. You have to know how to spell. You don't have to know legal lingo. You can learn how the legal language, okay? The language of the law firm. You can learn that, okay? But you have to be a knock-em-dead cover. You have to be a knock-em-dead proofreader, one who looks for errors, one whose English grammar is superb. It can't be, it has to be really, really good. Do you have to be a mathematician? No. No. Do you have to be diplomatic in how you handle people? Yes. Yes, definitely. You can't be one who blows off steam at people. You have to control your mouth. The boca. You have to control your mouth. The important questions today is, what is the problem? What's holding you back? Why aren't you moving forward? And then the second question is, what are you going to do about it? Will you let those things that, sometimes you won't even know it's an excuse. You won't even know it's an excuse by saying, everybody wants experience. That's an excuse, because not everybody wants an experience. When you start applying and you really learn how to do that, then you find out what an excuse that was. Number 2, school is not needed. So don't use that as an excuse that you can't afford school. So I guess that dream is up in smoke. No, it's not up in smoke. It's just that now you know you don't need it. So what are you going to do about it? What will you do today that will change the trajectory of your life? Will you go after this, something that you've been dreaming of, and change your life and go after a different career path? And not listen to naysayers or dream killers and just go? Or will you let people or yourself stop you from going forward? Today's the day you can solve that question, okay? All right, so that is it for today. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the questions, the question area. You can pose your questions or make comments below. I would love to hear from you. And let's get going on this career, all right? So I hope to see you in January in the Paralegal Inner Circle class. Look at the previous video, like I said before, to see the link to the website and see the link for the book. And there's also a link that, yes, it's an affiliate link, and it is for a pamphlet that I recommend you get from Amazon for legal terminology. Thank you for that beautiful comment. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're here with me today. So have a great day, and I will talk to you more than likely tomorrow in another live video, okay? So pose any questions below or comments. Love hearing from you. Take care. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.